Hello, Internet, and welcome to Saturday Nights. I am Sean, your dungeon master, here to be bringing you through this wonderful fantasy adventure that we are going to have here today. And you can thank our very special um, patron, G-Master, for making me talk like this for the beginning of said adventure. I'm going to stop doing this very soon and get through our announcements as quickly as possible. Anyway, so coming up this week, we have lots of fun things for you to enjoy do we have anything this Monday? Don't really remember. I don't think we have anything on Monday. On Tuesday, we will have our next installment of Matropony, where Savannah and I will be continuing our adventures playing Neverwinter. And on Wednesday, we will have our next Lynn's Day, where have you finished Bioshock yet? No? Okay. We will continue the Bioshock L'Infinite on Wednesday night. And Thursday of this week, unfortunately, we will not be having our next All Myths Are True due to unfortunate scheduling and holiday plans. But I'm sure there might be something else in the meantime, as some of us may have the day off. And then we will be back next Saturday for this. I think that is it as far as announcements go. You can check out everything else in our announcements section or our stream calendar below and finds everything there. And that is all I'm going to talk like this for the night, and I am ending now. Okay, I'm done with that. We are going to go ahead and go into our recap. And yeah, so thank you for your donation, G, and making me do that. I can promise you that is going to be
wonderful.
Edited out of our YouTube, and I'm going to redo all that. No, it's not. Anyway, so let's get into the game then, guys. So last time, I was just checking the chat. Are we good on the stream stuff? Good. Okay. Last time on Saturday nights, your crew arrived in the city of Quildun, having braved through the treacherous West Timber. You found yourselves in the city with plans to take the reward promised to you by Matthias for defeating Hargrave, one of the a leader of the Umber Hawkers. After making your way through the city and reaching the pinnacle, the beacon of Quildun, as the city itself has a sort of multi-tiered effect, you found that there were others who were attempting to claim this reward for themselves. Matthias's former traveling companions, who were claiming that they had defeated Hargrave and even had a mysterious head to show for it, through some very persuasive arguments and playing a bit of chicken with them. You're able to claim the reward for yourself and the favor of Council Lord Dante Alabaster. You spoke privately with Lord Alabaster, and he told you, offered you a bit more in exchange. He clued you into a reward that he had put forward to the guilds of the city to deal with this growing bandit problem and this rise of this bandit king and their influence over this region. He stated that a reward of 15,000 gold had been offered to each of the guilds if they were to reveal and defeat this bandit king and end their influence. And any guild that defeated and claimed this reward would also be given title within the city or land within the region. So leaving you with that to think on, you decided to go your separate ways and conduct your investigation in the city of Quildun, where you broke off into two groups with a new companion dog, a gnoll warrior, warlock. Some of you traveled to investigate a tavern that Dog had been, I guess, cleared out is the best term, of some members of the Lone Eye. The others went to gather some supplies. Both of you, in separate in turn, were attacked. Some of you by a necromancer, member of the Lone Eye, and others by a mysterious assassin. You were both able to very handily defeat your foes, except for Mel, Hilda, and Matthias, who were attacked by the assassin. When you seemed to gain the upper hand, they tried to make their escape and revealed themselves to be Mel's brother, Paul. And though you tried to stop him and to get his attention, he seemed unaware of who you were and made his escape from your clutches. And then upon reconvening back at the tavern that you were staying in, exchanging a bit of the information and telling your stories, you all rested for the evening with a few leads to go on, including this mysterious assassin and a club I think some of you had been, I think Mel and Hilda had also been clued into, called the Hedgehog's Hold. So that's where we will pick up our session today, after your long rest, waking up in the Iron Creek Inn, where you can have a nice breakfast and get yourselves ready for the day. And sort of, I think I pick up with all of you kind of huddled together around the table, finishing your meal and deciding what to do, what your plans are.
So if we are able to track him, I still have a bit of his blood. Or,
oh yeah,
but that is my first order of business. To find the one who attacked us.
I mean, if you think we can go off of that.
I mean, it is from his body. I assume there's some sort of magic. Jules, you said you had something you could do? Perhaps? Maybe?
I'm trying to remember.
It's okay, take your time.
Please.
I see your mouth is full, it's fine, don't be rude.
I mean, obviously I don't know much about magic, but if you think finding this person is important, and presumably he is also a member of the Eye, and so will lead us to them as well.
Well, he doesn't have to be. He might not be. We don't have to jump to conclusions just because we were looking into it and encountered him on the same.
I mean, yes, I want to find the person who attacked you, but there are, and I will help you find him. But we do also need to keep in mind that there are many other things afoot in this city and region.
Yes.
And, hopefully finding your assailant will help us with the other.
We don't have to beat around the bush. Jules, the man who attacked me yesterday, attacked us yesterday, it is my younger brother, Apollinaire, and he did not recognize me. I do not know why. I've been looking for him for some months, and apparently this is where he has been. I was going to say run off to, but based on his amnesiac state, I'm not entirely sure it was under his own volition.
And if we were able to find him, maybe we could figure out what was wrong. Maybe it was some sort of...
We're definitely going to find him. We're definitely going to find out why he doesn't remember me. But as we are, hopefully, all going to work together on this, with our rest of our goals, it is important for you all to know Paul is deaf, so any spells that you might cast that require him to hear it will not work. If you try and reason with him by speech, he will not hear what you're saying. But we do have a bit of a sign language that we share, and he's sharp, and I mean, besides the fact that he doesn't remember me, which is fine. because we're going to figure it out. But please don't hurt him. I already stabbed him twice and electrocuted him 3 times.
When was the last time you saw him?
A few months ago.
Alright. They're not like he's been gone for 10 years and might not recognize you.
No. It was not that long ago.
Right.
I mean, we've been apart for a while. I worked in a different house from him.
Well, Paul stayed with my family and worked for us. But all I knew was my lovely stepmother had decided to send him away for some reason and wasn't able to find anything out.
When you say lovely,
I mean,
do you
there are
mean
those
lovely?
who... She has not been a kind woman to me,
Okay.
and I think that is where I will leave it for now.
Yes.
That's fair.
So I was under the impression he was just maliciously relocated far away. But now I feel there's probably more sinister things afoot.
It does sound quite suspicious when you
well-
put it like that.
I do want to try something.
I'm game for anything.
So, you have something from him, right? Yes.
Yeah, I have my dagger covered in his blood.
You fled that. Sean, if I were to do locate creature, it's supposed to be something that's familiar to me. But I'm familiar with Mel, and we have the guy's literal blood.
Hi.
Could that be like...
If you need, I can tell you some childhood stories about that.
Yeah. I definitely think with a good enough description, you could
Try to
do
find
that. Yeah.
Here's a sketch.
I'm just assuming he looks a lot like Mel.
It must look like me, but a bit more like, more drow-like than I do. He takes after our mother, I take after our father.
Fair enough. So yeah, with that, and then maybe like using his blood as a component of the spell. I don't know. Could I do locate creature? Can I find it?
Yeah, you could give that a shot. What is the range on locate creature?
It is 1,000 feet.
Okay.
It
And how long does it
says
last for?
An hour. So my plan was going to be everybody, let's get ready to go, and then I'll go out and I'll cast a spell, and we'll kind of try to move
I
through
love
the
this
city
plan. It's a good plan.
and see if I can find him. It just says you can sense a direction to the creature's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet of you. If it's moving, you know the direction of its movement.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you can definitely try. So
Great.
anything you guys want to do before you cast a spell, or are you just going to cast in the tavern right now?
I'm gonna wait until everybody's ready to go so we get the full hour out of that.
Please, thank you. Yes, I appreciate that.
Well, we were before we were attacked. We talked with someone who directed us towards the Hedgehog's Hold, which could be a location to at least start with. We have to go there at some point, and perhaps if he's connected to, if he works for or whatever for these people, that might be a place to start instead of just randomly walking through the city.
My deep inherent optimism wants me to say that he's not part of this, but I'm willing to try, and definitely that is a direction, more than no direction, which is what I have right now. So I'm going to cover every inch of the city one way or another.
We'll find him, and I mean, you know, you have faith in your brother. Even if he is mixed up in all this, it might not be for sinister reasons. People do a lot of things when they're in trouble.
True, but he also stabbed me with a poisoned dagger and left me in an alley to bleed out and die.
Also, didn't know it was you.
I mean, you said you tried to talk to him and it didn't.
And I know, but it doesn't make me feel better.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we got this.
Thank you.
Okay. So any other preparations, or are you guys going to get started?
Just
Oh.
gearing up for the day.
If I could open my character sheet, I want to see what
Okay.
infusions I have active right now.
Let me see. Let me click your sheet.
I freaking got it, finally.
Oh, it worked?
Finally.
Okay.
I think you have the armor buff on me right now.
Yeah, I think so. I just want to make sure. What the? Why do I have a blank spot? I never chose. Oh no!
You have an extra one?
I never learned my 5th one. That's fine. Okay, guess we have.
Oh, I
Wait,
remember
so-
you mentioning that.
Yeah,
At the very end of
oops,
the last
oops,
session.
oops. Oh well. So we're gonna have the pouches active. We have the goggles of night active, and Chad's armor.
Night goggles.
So if you guys ever need dark vision, we've got that today.
Excellent.
Okay. And it sounds like you have room for 2 more.
Yeah, I know 2 more, but these are the only 3 options I have written down right now.
All right.
As I can only have 3 active at a time, but I can know 5.
Okay.
So since I only have 3 choices, I'm using those 3 because I failed to choose the other 2.
Okay.
That's all the prep I need to do.
I at some point want to go through this magic book we just found, but I can do it later.
Oh, I do want to make sure that my homeless network, not homeless, my working class network knows, they're still keeping an eye out for my bro, because I did pay them to do that yesterday before I knew he was in the city.
You did. Yeah.
So I think I'll send an update yeah, he's deaf here, so let me know.
So hit me up.
Okay, so what's happening first? Just going right to the spell? Any other investigating that you guys want to do right now? Or are you guys going to get started with the locate creature?
Probably just ask around to find our way towards the hedgehog's hold, but maybe not get immediately in front of it, but maybe just kind of scope it out and then pop the spell off at that point.
That seems tactical.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right. So
It's easy to find if we need to talk to some people.
yeah, I don't think it takes too much to investigating and find it. I maybe with the homeless network and stuff that you are working with, your working class network
Yes.
that you are working with of common folk within the city, they direct you towards it. I don't think any of them recognize have seen your brother, but again, from what you saw yesterday, it looks like he's been keeping himself disguised. You are directed to the Stone District, where you find or come outside the Hedgehog's Hold, and it's not a very ostentatious establishment. It's pretty simple. Like I said, it sits on the second tier of the city, atop a structure of stone, that one of the major pillars that kind of holds up this second quarter. It is a 3-story stone building with a wooden placard out front of a hedgehog burned into it. There are a few carts that are kind of tied up outside. A few maybe rough and tumble looking individuals standing outside the main doors too. Doesn't look like the most welcoming place, but that's the view that you get from the outside.
Okay, ready?
All right, let us begin.
We have 1 hour, so we need to move quickly if he doesn't show up right away. And I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay. Can you put the spell in the chat for me if you don't mind?
I just did.
Perfect. Let me look at it. Okay. All right. So you cast a spell, and you don't get anything immediately, but you do it. You do find that sense, and you're focusing on the image that that Mel's given you and the description that you have So you have something to... And it begins thundering. You have that focus.
Well, that's never happened before.
That wasn't you?
I hope not.
Are you sure you prayed correctly? Remember, I'm not sure how this magic stuff works exactly.
I mean, I think so.
Can you play wrong?
Well, no. He's not here.
Alright, I guess we just start walking then.
Shall we go back to where he attacked you the other day and go where you last saw him?
It's possible that that is an area he frequents by the stores and things we were walking through.
Let's try. Lead the way.
It was over here.
Okay. So you've been walking around. You begin walking around the city for the next 30 minutes or so, trying to get an idea, trying to get as big of a sweep on the city as you can. And it's a fairly large city, maybe spanning about a mile radius. No, maybe not quite a mile, like half a mile radius. So it's a fairly big, and it takes you some time to fully sweep the area. You go back to where the jeweler was that Mel and Hilda and Matthias met the other day. You don't get any pings there. But as you're sweeping around towards the wall on the southeastern edge of town, there's a moment when you come near the wall, Jules, where you kind of get the ping and you sense something.
Oh, can I tell which direction it is?
It is further to the south of you on the other side of the wall, outside the city.
Okay, I start walking that way very quickly.
Are you sensing something?
Mel, I've got something.
I stick very close to Jules.
Okay. You begin running. You begin running to the nearest gate leading out from the city, and as you are doing that, Jules, you feel the sense that you're getting. You feel it moving.
Okay.
And it is leaving your radius. And the five of you sprint as fast as you can towards the gates and outside the gates. And as you come emerging through it, you feel that same sense, that movement. And you look out outside the gates, and there are a few dozen wagons outside of here where merchants and other people kind of packing up or unpacking to conduct their business within the city. And you see a dark tinted carriage that is heading away from the city, kind of to the southeast. And as it is moving away, you feel that sense in that direction, and you feel it leave your radius.
He's there.
In that carriage?
Yeah.
Dory's going so quickly.
Our horses are back at the inn.
Well, let's requisition some more. And I think Chad just starts heading towards, there are some stables out here, you said?
There are stables, and there are wagons and merchants that are unloading their wagons, and yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to send Pinger to follow.
Yes! I always forget about that.
Okay, so you send Penger flying after them to follow, and the carriage is picking up speed. You see a driver that is pushing the horses forward, and very quickly you see dust beginning to kick up as they are moving quickly away from the city. But Penger is following. I think if they're following when you're heading towards the horses, Penger is going to leave your immediate sense range.
Yeah.
But they can communicate with you, I think, over any distance.
Yeah, so we're just gonna tell him to follow that carriage.
Okay.
Don't tell him to come back.
Penger will do that. The rest of you head to the stables here. A few stable hands and some guards over here that are taking tolls to enter the city or taxes to enter the city, and then some merchants unloading their carriages. Who are you approaching?
The stable master, whoever's in charge of the horses.
Okay. You head over to the stable, this main like paddock where a lot of the horses are being led into, and where the stables are, and you see there's a small kind of shack there. Looks like it's mostly for business purposes. Doesn't look like anyone lives there, but it's open. And there is a human, a Goliath gentleman inside, who has very like tanned skin, and is currently looks like he is like trying to fix like the straps on a saddle that is sitting up on his desk, and he's trying to tighten them and rebind them. And you come running into his office, and he's a bit startled as you come in, and puts his work down and says, "Oh, can I help any of you? What seems to be the issue?"
My good sir, we need to requisition your freshest horses with haste. Money is no object. We need them now.
All right. How many do you need?
We only need, 3, maybe?
I can ride with somebody else.
Or no, we might need 4 because we have Matthias. But I'm assuming
All right, Matthias. Yes.
We'll say 4.
He looks over you and kind of weighs your offer in his head a bit.
No.
What?
Did we lose somewhere? Did you lose us?
You all froze for a second.
Okay.
I think we're all back.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can see you.
Did we get it? I don't think we got any blips on our ends. That might have been
Okay.
a Chicago thing.
Chicago!
The stable master looks over all of you and kind of weighs your request and says, I've got a few riding horses that might meet the bill for you. For such a rush order, I mean, I won't be able to get the paperwork. Let's say 50 gold apiece.
Done. And I think Chad starts fishing in the fanny pack for 200 gold to toss down.
Okay. You toss down 200 gold pieces on the table, and he takes a step, not really expecting you to just agree to it without haggling. He says, all right, yes, sir, I'll get him right now. All right, I'm going. And he gets up and he gives a whistle, and he goes, hey, boys, come on. And he looks over. You see 2 younger Goliaths, which are probably about the same height as all of you, adolescent though, and they come running up to the paddock. He says, there's 4 in the back, go get them. And they go running over to get the horses and fashion them with saddles and get them ready. And he says, now some of them aren't totally broken in, but these are the fastest ones that I think
I'll handle it.
Oh, all right then. So he points out there's one like midnight black horse that he says is the one that's not entirely broken. And he says that it says good luck with that one, and brings the 4 horses up to all of you.
I'll take that one.
It's still taken probably about 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so to get these horses together.
Oh man, they were going really fast.
Yes, but they have a wagon holding them down.
Chad, may I ride with you?
Sure.
Okay, so we have Chad and Mel on one horse, Hilda on another, Jules on another, and Matthias on his own. Okay, and Jules,
I got the mean one.
You're taking the mean horse.
Does the mean horse have a name?
No, he hasn't named the horses.
Okay.
If only the chat could name somebody.
Probably so he doesn't get attached to them.
So you can, that's why you can name the horse whatever you want, but you have 4 horses in addition to the 2 horses that are still back at the stables.
We're gonna come back and get them.
We're gonna get a whole castle. It's fine.
So many animals at this point.
I haven't even pulled out my bag of tricks yet.
Yeah, you get on your 4 horses and go riding quickly away from the city in the direction of the wagon. Hilda, you get the occasional ping from Panger, like informing you that they are still following them, that they still see them, and you ride as fast as you can, and picking up speed. The direction they were heading heads into some more wooded area, so you don't have a visual on them currently, but you know the direction they're heading, and Panger gives you continuous updates.
Okay. What are we going to do when we get there?
We're going to catch him.
Okay.
I do not care what it takes. I don't care who's in the way. I'm going to get to my brother.
He was very tricky to catch last time, remember?
Yep. And we're going to catch him this time.
I hope that kid isn't there again. Bullshit.
You ride as fast as you can in that direction. I'm gonna have Jules make an animal handling check
For the beast.
For the mean horse.
for the mean horse.
Can we call it the beast?
Yes.
You can call it whatever you want.
Yes, that's his name now.
Sure.
Yes.
24.
Oh, geez. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know why that's my good skill.
I don't know why. Do you have proficiency in animal handling?
Yeah.
Okay, that would explain it. Okay.
I didn't think it was ever going to come up. It turns out it comes up a lot.
It's been the most useful ability I think you've had. But the horse still. I mean, it's not you don't have like an instant bond with it, but it tries to buck you a bit and kind of pulls off to the side. But you sort of assert authority over to it, and you. Hold an air of confidence and dominance. I think speaks to the animal a bit, and it does follow your commands. And you ride fast. I think you quickly get like a few lengths ahead of everyone else. And this
I'm
is
talking to the horse the whole time.
This is a very fast horse.
Don't worry, Beastie. We're gonna be best friends.
The rest of you ride as quickly as you can behind Jules, making your way into the woods and following this path. And you're riding quickly, and you do feel that you are gaining on them. But you, Hilda, after about... you're riding after them for about 5 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. And you get a message from Panger saying they've stopped.
Yeah, I guess they stopped up ahead. I don't know if they're onto us or something, but...
Do you know how far?
Yeah, can I tell?
About 3/4 of a mile ahead of you. Only another couple minutes of riding quickly.
Pretty close. A couple more minutes riding.
Yeah. Once we get close, I'll pull up and try to slow down.
Okay. You actually emerge from the other side of the small wooded area, and you are still heading kind of more directly east from the city. And as you emerge through the woods here, having had to slow a bit to go through the woods, you see some grasslands ahead of you, a little bit of frost caking the tall grass, and is the areas where it's been kind of cut down from travel through here, and with these stone or mud roads. And you see up ahead a small building, looks like a roadside inn. Only about 3 miles. You guys are about 3 miles away from Quildon at this point. And as you come riding up to it, you can see a sign up at the front that says "The Mossy Stone." And around the side of the inn, you do see a familiar dark tented wagon or carriage.
Okay, I don't have a plan from here. I'm literally just going to run in unless someone tells me a better idea.
Let someone who can take a hit run in first, just in case. He's already stabbed you once.
Yeah, I mean, we should maybe avoid just running in. If possible, we know that the carriage is here. They seem to have stopped here. We don't know what is behind this.
And Jules, I will say you are on the last few seconds of your spell right now. Or last minute. I won't say a few seconds. It'd be a little... Well, no, we'll go dramatic. As the spell ends, you do get a blip. sensing Paul is in the building, but it's coming from underneath it in that last moment.
Something is very off.
Okay.
He's in the building. Below it.
Maybe there's a cellar or something. Well, I could make something knock on the door and we can see if anybody answers and we could just head out and see.
Well, first I want to immobilize that carriage.
Done. And I think Chad is just going to go over, taking Dragon Maru out, and he's just going to chop the wheels.
Oh,
Sure.
I meant like sneakily, but this works great.
You walk up, and with one hefty chop, you completely sever the wheel. It's destroyed beyond use. That carriage isn't moving anywhere.
Right. Given how many secret tunnels we've run into lately, maybe we should go in sooner rather than later.
Oh yeah, good point. You might be in the tunnel. All right.
Yeah, I can't track him again today, so... I mean, I can, just not magically. Are there any, like, outside entrances to a cellar on the building? Like big cellar doors or something, or...?
You get close to the building, and you sort of walk around the outside. You don't see any entrances, but you do see the entrance to the building itself. And you can hear a little bit of conversation coming in, a little bit of tavern fare. There aren't a lot of like horses around here. You don't gather there's too many people in the tavern itself, but the doors are open, and it does seem that it is open for business. I should say inn, not a tavern.
Well, at the very least, we know that Paul knows what I look like, what you look like, Matthias, what you look like. So I don't know if we just don't want to startle him, or what. I can make myself invisible today. I brought my tinctures for that. If that would help.
That does seem like a very helpful thing. I wish I had practiced better how to do something like that.
We can talk about it. Like, if we have time, we can talk about these things. But I'm just wondering if any of you others have any ideas of what we can do before I literally just point in and start shouting his name, which I as I told you, will do nothing.
Well, I mean, I know he will recognize your face as probably someone who he tried to kill and is back for revenge, but also you're the sort of the number one point of communication with him, so...
I remember a few of the words you taught me how to sign, but my hands are going to be pretty full.
Oh, that's so
Unless
true.
that... Hilda, don't you do languages?
Yet I can comprehend some languages. Hang on, let me click the thing.
But in terms of our actual plan, just walk in there like we own the place and just head towards the cellar.
It only works for things that I can hear and things that is written.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
Well, let's just see how this goes then. I'm very optimistic.
Mel, you should be at the front, though. He knows you the most.
Yes, well, we'll see how this goes.
It'll go fine. I mean, worst case... I mean, if he's your size, I'm twice as big as him, we'll just snatch him up and it'll be fine.
I feel like I should be partially offended, but like that is completely rational and true. So
Much
I'm not
smaller than me.
That does. I know. All right, here I go.
We're right behind you.
Wait, can I knock? No, it's an inn. You just go in an inn. You just go in there.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna go in the inn.
In the inn, okay.
Acting super cash, like, yeah, I too am a traveler stopping at this wayside inn.
Okay. You walk into the simple, the mossy stone, and you see there are a couple of tables immediately as you come in. It's a bit dark in here, though some of the light coming in from the doors is sort of illuminating the space. There are some torches on the walls and a small hearth in the to your right. To your left, there is a counter with some bar stools at it, and there are two other people that are sitting at a table. Both of them appear to be human. Look like farmers. Pretty simple, common clothing. And there's one man, elven man, standing behind the bar, currently cleaning some plates. And he sets them down as you come in and gives a warm smile and says, "Good morning, everyone. How can I help you?"
My good innkeep, we need access to your cellar. We've been chasing some bandits, and we believe they have taken refuge here.
He laughs and he says, "Is this a joke? I'm not really following."
Your cellar now, and I cast Thaumaturgy to make all the little flames and lights in the tavern flicker.
Okay.
No.
Make an intimidation check.
I'm not trying to rob you.
Exactly. Like
Oh, that's not great. That's only a 9.
Oh, Lou.
A 9. Okay. The effect is happening, and no one in the tavern seems to really react to it. Especially people at the table. They don't even seem to respond to it at all. The guy at the counter takes a step back and says, as important as that all sounds, I can promise you that the only entrance to the cellar is up here, and nobody's come in the past few hours, so no bandits here. I'm sorry.
Can we see the door that he's talking about?
There is. It's behind the counter.
Great. I hop over the counter.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you go to hop over the counter. That's easy enough to do, and head towards the door. And he kind of steps in between you and the door, and he says, "I'm sorry, really, I can't let you go down there. That would be. I don't know if you're here to rob me or what. I will call the guards though if you decide to push any further."
Call the guards. We'll let them know you're harboring fugitives, criminals.
As I said, no criminals here.
Alex, look, and I'm going to sign to him. I am looking for my brother. You're going to help me find him, or I'm going to kill you.
He gives you a confused look, and he doesn't seem to comprehend what it is.
Jules, short,
right.
as a short person, try and also go over the counter.
Is he a big man? Is he a large man, or is he like a fighting elf?
He is tall, but thin. He doesn't look as strong as you do.
Great. I don't want to hurt him. To be like,
I do.
I am just gonna try to just pick him up and just move him out of the way.
Okay, make an athletics check.
You're in my way.
I'd like to keep my eye on the other guys, just pretending like they weren't doing anything. Well, I think they're pretending.
I think they're pretending.
16.
16. Okay. He's gonna make either he'll do this. Okay. You do kind of grab him, kind of pull him out of the way, throw him to the side, and he pushes against the bar, and seems to like hits it, and some of the cups fall over, and you make your way towards the door, and grab onto it. It is locked as you kind of pull on the handle, and there's a fairly sturdy like deadbolt on it, more than you would probably expect for a door like this. Hilda, make an investigation check for me.
Okay.
Also, while you're doing that, do I believe him that he doesn't understand what I signed?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Okay. So investigation. Let's see.
Oh, I don't think my insight's anything. I rolled a 16. I have limited access to my sheet. I have no idea if I have an insight bonus.
Oh, let me see. There's your sheet. Insight.
I most assuredly do not. It's a 16.
16. Okay.
Okay, and I got an 8.
An 8. Okay, so here's what happens then. With your insight check, you believe that he doesn't understand what you're saying. Hilda, you see the people at the table, and they're not reacting at all to what's going on. One of them picks up a drink and drinks it and puts it back down, and they engage in some muffled conversation amongst themselves. Jules, as you throw the man to the innkeep to the side, he sneers at you, and he says, "You're going to regret doing that." And he draws a blade from underneath the counter, and he lets out a whistle.
Uh-oh. I knew it.
And as he whistles, there is a clicking noise
Oh dear.
that you all hear from above you as two large forms descend from the ceiling. Two massive blue and white spiders drop down from the ceiling, and as one of them gets about halfway down, it goes poof, poof, and appears on the ground right next to Chad. And that's where we're gonna go into initiative. I'm gonna bring you guys
Oh
up.
gosh. Oh no, guys.
Oh, fun.
I meant to put that a little bit closer. There we go.
I'd be like right by the counter because I was attempting to climb over it with my wimpy self.
Okay, I'll move you like over here. There we go.
Thank you. There's an opening right there, but no, I'm gonna try and climb it.
Yeah, if you want to go towards, I can put you over here at the opening if you want me to.
Nah, that's where he is. And I did say I was trying to climb it.
Yeah.
Canonically, I was being a fool.
Yeah, so everybody roll some initiative, and I'm going to get these rolling.
Okay.
Oh, shit. So much better than roll 20.
Okay.
Okay, so far roll 20 has given our party 2 natural ones on initiative. Hopefully you got better than that, Savvy.
A little bit.
Oh, low.
I did,
Okay,
but
what can I do?
I'm trying to roll.
My thing can do
I rolled
something
in
now.
IRL, but so I don't know what roll 20 is going to give me. Did I click it yet? Did it work?
No.
Click.
Nope, you're not showing up on the thing
Can you
yet.
click it for me?
Oh, shoot.
I
Yes.
don't have 45 initiative. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah. And then, yeah. Thank you. All right. Then can you change it to 20?
20. Oh,
Oh,
that didn't type it anywhere. 20.
yes.
Perfect. Okay, and mine is I rolled.
Oh, we both rolled 18.
Yeah!
Twins.
But I got way more Dexter than you,
Yeah,
apparently.
I'm not very dexy yet. I put all my points in smartness.
All right. Everybody's correct on the board then?
I'm just double checking.
Yeah.
Is there something?
I am
Okay,
anyway.
either intelligence or dexterity. Okay, which they're the same. So yeah.
All right. That'll be Hilda's turn then, up first.
Okay, I'm gonna do a classic. Do this guy. Gonna cast a whole person
Okay, hold person on the elf.
who just pulled out his sword. Yes.
Okay. He is going to
Wow.
make a wisdom saving throw, you said? Or
Yes.
what is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's a 7.
7. So he holds. He freezes as he pulls out his weapon.
Oh, the old classic. I love it so much.
Let me double check one thing actually. Vince being charmed. I don't think this is a charm though. No. Okay. No, he is held in place and locks as he pulls this blade out.
Okay, and then I'm going to scurry underneath this table.
Okay. And then go and hide underneath the table.
I'm scared
Mel,
of the spiders. They're huge.
it is your turn.
Oh! Okay. Yikes! I'm never this soon. Well, there's a spider right next to me. I'm just gonna
Get
freak
it?
out, and I'm gonna lightning lure it towards me. Strength save.
Okay. Strength save for the spider.
Just unhook my taser whip.
It's an 8, so I think it fails.
Yes, so it's pulled the 5 feet required towards me, gets electrocuted for a D8, 2d8. Yikes. 4 plus 1. Boo. 5 lightning damage, and I'm gonna stab it with a dagger.
Okay.
That's my to hit. I rolled an 11, and my to hit is plus 5, so 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yay! 3 plus. I'm so sorry. 5 piercing damage.
All right, 5 points of piercing damage. So electric shock courses through the spider, sort of illuminating this bluish glow, and then you follow up by stabbing it, sort of just in the back, kind of like the thorax of it, and it lets out this ear-piercing screech as you do so.
That's my turn.
All right, perfect. Chad, it is your turn.
All right, the spider that was right in front of me, it's like, I had him where I wanted him now. And I'm going to just take this step over towards this spider and try and axe him in the face.
Okay.
I assume a 10 does not hit.
10 does not hit.
Let me try adding a precision strike.
Okay.
So, does a 15 hit?
That will hit.
Okay. So, let me just remember precision strike. Yeah, that just adds to the attack roll, not the damage. Okay, so now the damage. That is 13 slashing damage.
All right.
And gonna try me a second axe.
Okay, make your attack.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. 11 plus 3, 14 plus 1, 15 slashing damage.
15 points of slash.
Oh, did they freeze?
Damage. Oh, nope. There we go. For a second, it got the internet connection is unstable thing. We good?
Yeah.
All right.
My natural 20 did 15 slashing total.
15 slashing. Yeah. So you bring up your axe once and chop down. It lets out another shriek as it recoils and it looks like it's going to lunge at you. And you take it and you slam down one more time, splitting the head in two. And the spider lets out a muffled shriek as you cut the front of it almost entirely in two. And as it dies, it sort of dissolves and disappears in front of you. That spider is dead.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be my turn for now.
Okay. It is going to be the spider's turn. And this one saw Hilda running, the tiniest target, running underneath the table, and it chases after her.
Oh no!
And kind of pulls itself under the table and goes to bite at you.
Yuck.
That's a 22 to hit.
Oh, I think that hits. Let me check my thing. And I can't. Yep, that totally hits, and I can't shield it. So, yep, ouch.
Okay, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Ah! Okay. Can't say. I can do it, I can do it. Oh, that's a natural 20. So
Nice.
24.
Okay, so you're going to take half of the poison damage. So you take 12 points of piercing.
Okay.
And 10 points of poison.
Okay.
You have absorb elements. Huh? You have absorb elements.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Just if you wanted.
Can I do that as a reaction?
Yeah, that's a reaction.
You could as a reaction, and you would take an additional half of the poison damage.
Okay.
So reduce the poison damage to 5 instead of 10.
Yeah,
You can do
okay.
poison damage next turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yes, I cast that as a reaction. Yeah.
Nice spell.
Oh no, poison
Thank
isn't one
you.
of the ones you can use.
Oh, it's not.
No.
I'm such a
JK,
liar.
lol.
Hey,
No.
hey everyone. My name's Lindsay, and I never freaking learned how to read.
Yeah, no, poison isn't one of those. So yeah, you do take the full 10
Acid,
points of poison
full
damage. But
Okay,
Oh,
that's
acid.
good to know. I forgot
Acid.
about that.
yeah,
Okay.
you don't expend the spell slot though. So you
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, 12 piercing, 10 poison for a total of 22 poison damage or 22 points of damage. And after it bites you, there is like a puff of vapor, and the spider disappears.
Where'd the go?
That is going to end the spider's turn. Jules. Oh, make a concentration check for me. Sorry.
Oh yeah, for the whole person. Let's see.
DC 11.
Nope. That's 5.
No,
All
you have
right.
any con? That doesn't matter. You don't have 6.
Not that much.
No.
He is unheld. Jules, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna go over to the guy. Okay. I don't want to kill the man,
Okay.
but I do want to try to bonk
Hurt him
him
very
in the head.
badly. Okay.
I'm gonna try and knock him out, essentially.
Alright.
But
Make your attack.
okay. 19.
19 hits.
Yes.
Well, that's not very much damage. 3.
You crack at his head. He mostly deflects the blow. You do get an impact and deal a little bit of damage. But he is mostly unfazed by the attack. But his attention is on you now that he just breaks out of that time to avoid being knocked unconscious.
Good.
What is there anything else you want to do with your bonus action?
Nope. I just want his attention on me.
Okay. Well, that's going to be his turn then. He draws. He has a rapier in one hand, and he draws a dagger out with his offhand, and he's going to make his attacks against you.
Okay.
First one, that's a 22 to hit.
Yep.
That's going to be 9 piercing and 10 points of poison damage.
Ouch.
Poison, I don't like it.
And then an 18 to hit, which I think
That misses.
Yeah. And then he goes for a sort of underhand strike with his dagger. That's also a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits me.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Bad.
How bad?
7.
Okay, you take 7 piercing. This blade also, you see kind of a glisten to it as if it appears like it's coated in something. As it stabs into you, though, you don't feel that any like burning sensation of the poison that he did with the first strike. Instead, as he retracts the blade, the world kind of sways a bit and you stagger for a moment. You are poisoned.
Oh no.
For the next minute.
Okay.
That'll end his turn. It's gonna be Matthias's turn. He doesn't see the spider's gone. So he goes, oh no. And he is gonna shoot at the dude who just stabbed you a bunch. With Eldritch Blast. And
Y'all get him.
ooh, well,
Nice.
both those are gonna hit for. Now that's -5 because it did the modifier twice. I don't know why it does that. So that's 15 plus 11 plus 8. So 15 plus 19. Jeez, that's a lot of damage.
Matthias is getting up there in Mel's good books.
Well done, my boy.
And then he uses a bonus action to throw some healing your way, Jules.
I like this NPC. Can you stay with us?
I love my drow son.
He's gonna spend 3 from his healing light and heal you 3d6. 6, 5, 1. So 12
Wow, thanks. That's a lot.
points of healing.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, my boy.
Myself.
You've come so far since we picked you up off that rock in the forest.
He goes 5, 10. He goes running around the other side of the table. Not sure that spider's going to come back. And he goes, "There's a spider in here somewhere." And that ends his turn.
Yes.
Hilda, I know.
Back to me, and I freaking the spider went zoop. Well, okay. Okay. What are those guys doing?
Yeah.
They're not moving at all. One of them takes a drink of a glass of ale or something and puts it back down.
It's an illusion.
Oh gosh. Well, all right. I'm gonna hop.
Or ghosts.
It's
haunted.
Okay, I'm gonna crawl up on top of the table and pull out my sword, and my short sword. I'm gonna ready an action to stab the spider if it comes trying to get me again.
Okay. You prepare yourself for the spider. All right, ready to action. Mel, it is your turn.
Mel's like reaching into her pouch to pull out some components and then sees Jules's blue skin go pale and goes, comes around the counter, switches to like a different pocket in the pouch, pulls out some gross lotion, just smacks her in the face with it, and casts Lesser Restoration to cure her poison.
All right, you got some gross ick on the side of your face, but it kind of tingles a bit as it hits your skin, Jules. Yeah, and suddenly, like the world, like the swaying goes away, and you feel okay now.
Ew,
She blows a raspberry. Mel blows a raspberry at the guy. Like, you're poison. I'm an alchemist.
I'm gonna
bonus action. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just asking. You had to be in melee to do that.
Yeah, I have to
right?
touch
Okay.
her.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Theory will have stayed. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see.
I'll move back.
Theory stayed so that he can
Like right
spit
there.
acid at the mean man.
Do it.
I hope he does. I doubt it. That's like a 12.
Yeah.
Yes. 12 will miss.
Dang it, Theory. That's my turn.
You tried, little guy.
All right. That will end your turn, Mel. Chad.
Chad's gonna come up behind the guy, tap him on the shoulder, and just say, "You should have let us in first," and is gonna bring the axe down on him.
All right.
This is going to try to be non-lethal, but
You want me to put the hammer down?
that's like 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's 7 non-lethal slashing,
Okay.
and a second hit. 14.
14 will not hit.
Okay, I'll do another precision strike.
Yes.
Okay.
That's like 24 to hit.
Oh, then yeah, that'll hit.
All right. That is 13 more points of damage.
Okay, 13 points of damage. As you get in, you strike him with the first one. He mostly avoids it, but you get a good cut in across his arm as he pulls himself away from the bar. The second one, you kind of smack him with the blunt end of your blade, causing him to crash into the opposite side of the bar. He has a little bit of blood running out down the side of his head, but is mostly okay still. Just looking a bit bloodied. Anything else with your turn?
No, I think that's going to be it for now.
Okay. Bring it to the spider's turn. And let's see. I have to check one thing. Yes. So it's going to be moving, but you can't see it. And then it erupts from the ethereal plane. Right behind you, Hilda.
Oh. No!
You can use your reaction to attack it though.
Okay.
Get him.
At 8, let's see, what's my... that is 14 to hit.
14 will hit.
Yay! The scary spider takes 6 piercing.
6 piercing. Okay, you stab it as it lunges on top of you. It's going to go bite attack against you.
Oh no.
Miss.
It's a 14 to hit though.
Oh, my AC is 14.
You can do
Okay.
So I'm going to shield it.
You can't because you used your reaction to do it.
Crap, I can't, you're right.
Yeah.
I get
So it does hit.
Okay.
Need to make another con save.
Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you this time for sure.
For sure. I got it. A 12 plus 16.
Okay, that succeeds. So you take half poison damage again. That's 8 piercing and 10 poison.
Okay. Minus 18. Ouch. Ouch, ouch.
But it stays that time.
Your backline is hurting, guys.
Jules, it is your turn.
Yes. The man. How is the man? The mean man.
He's looking bloodied,
Good.
just barely.
Good.
Does that mean half or what?
That's half.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Hilda.
Good idea.
Good idea. Thanks.
Second level.
Okay.
Do a lot. Plus 16 healing.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Hey guys, life clerics are really underrated.
They're the bomb.
They heal so many
That's a lot of healing.
all the time. That's a second level healing where I say, yeah, 16.
Nice. It, like, almost negated the damage you just took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love them. And then I'm gonna hit the man.
Hit that
Okay.
man.
Hit him good.
21.
Yep. That will, well, yeah, that'll still hit. Yeah.
8 bludgeoning damage that time.
Oh.
I'm trying not to kill him. Just wanna
Well,
beat
no,
him
he's
up
still
a lot.
fine. Still fine. 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, no, I didn't think that one hit was gonna kill him.
Justifying.
I just want it to be known. I just want to
All
beat
right.
the guy up.
Well, you guys are successfully doing that for the most part. Anything else for your turn, or is that it?
Action, what's action? No, I'm not gonna move. I'll stay there. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
His turn now. He is surrounded, but he's going to go around the world with his strikes. He's going to do a rapier attack at Jules. That's a 20 to hit.
That's my armor class.
All right, that's 10 piercing and 10 poison.
Okay.
And then he strikes back at Chad with his rapier.
Evil responds with a backhand.
That's only a 10 to hit, though, so I think that misses.
Yeah, that misses.
And then at Mel, he's going to strike out with his dagger.
Oh, you're right there.
What did I ever do to you?
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits, you rude butt. I didn't do anything to you. I did blow a raspberry at you, but come on.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Also threatened to kill you, but you know, that doesn't mean anything.
It's not
That's
like
a
the
natural one.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
You are also poisoned,
No.
and you take 9 points of piercing damage.
This is my role, this fight. It's just, what's the restoration? What's the restoration?
He then disappears from between the three of you and reappears right over here next to Matthias in a cloud of mist. That is going to end his turn. Is Matthias' turn. Who goes, oh god. And he is going to, what would be the, I think he sort of panics. Yeah, and he is going to cast a vampiric touch at the guy in front of him.
What a good lad.
It's 22 to hit. And it's at 4th level now. So he does 16 points of necrotic damage to the dude. Who sort of regrets his decision at that point. So he just kind of panics and he throws up a hand, and the guy lets out a yell of pain as the life is wrenched from his body. And that will... I think he's also going to use a bonus action to heal Hilda just a smidgen. Hilda, you heal 5 points.
All right, perfect.
Okay. That'll end his turn.
Boy forever.
Hilda, it's your turn now.
Told you
It's
would
my
let him.
turn. Got the freaking spider trying to eat me.
Kill it.
I'm trying. I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade and try to stab it. Why is it asking what level?
Green flame blade.
Blade.
Get it? Bell. Get it?
Get it?
Because
Get it?
bells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Make your attack.
Attack. That's a natural 20 for 20.
Nice.
I'm freaking out because it's a second spider.
So roll
So-
your damage
so-
dice and double them.
Okay, so it's 2d6, and then at 5th level, okay, then you do one d8. For
So it'll be
the-
2d8. Because you critted.
Yeah. It's like 20, there it is. Oh. Okay, that's 6, 7, 8, 15, okay, 16 damage total.
Yeah, ouch. That spider lets out a terrible shriek as that happens, as you stab your dagger up into it, and the flames kind of wreath alongside as you stab it, kind of on its belly. The flames kind of wreath around it, and it is charred with this green fire that is now burning around it. It is looking very, very rough, but is still up.
Okay. And then, like, turn to Matthias, be like, "You can do this!" I'm going to inspire him.
Okay, you inspire Matthias. Good.
I'm always inspired by finger guns.
Mel, what do you got?
I lesser restoration myself, so I'm not freaking poisoned.
Okay.
And then I'm like, Silly, get him! And then Theory is going to fly across the field, but still stay at range, and shoot acid at the mean man.
I did hear Siri get him.
Yes.
As well.
Good, that's a joke. That was the whole reason why he's named Theory.
Oh, really? Okay.
Theory.
Only took me 8 episodes to get that.
We got there! Yay!
Make your attack.
What is his bonus? 11? Can you open his sheet, please?
Oh, yeah.
I rolled an 11. I doubt it'll hit, but we'll see.
Oh, he's so cute!
He's really cute! 16.
Against the spider, against the dude?
The man.
That does not hit, no.
Dang it. Theory?
I should have inspired Theory.
He can't be inspired. He's a construct. I think.
Okay, that'll end Mel's turn.
It's so cute.
Chad, what you got?
All right. What do I got? If I go like there, yeah, this is going to be a little unorthodox from Chad, but he just kind of heads out into the middle of this room and then pulls out his 2 hand axes and looks both ways and just one at the spider, one
Oh
at
my
the man.
gosh!
I like
Okay.
it.
That's
I like
lit.
it.
Let me. I've already forgot about this double clicking trick and was wondering where my sheet went. Okay, so let's do the spider first.
Okay.
Dirty 20
That'll hit.
for that is 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the one at the dude, 22 to hit
Also hits.
for less 5 slashing damage.
Okay. Both the axes find their mark as you hurl them out to either side. One embeds itself in the spider, which is looking very, very bad right now. And the other clips the elf gentleman, who is also looking bad, but not as so. Nice. Anything else to Chad for his turn?
No, not yet.
Okay. It's going to be the spider's turn. And it is determined to get Hilda. So it's going to make another attack against you.
She's fun size.
No!
But that's only a 9 to hit.
Oh, good.
So that misses. It then vanishes from in front of you again. It's gone. That will end the spider's turn. Jules.
I'm gonna guiding bolt the man.
The man.
Okay.
Um, 18?
18 will hit. And it can't parry that because...
Nah, dog. Woo! That's 17 radiant damage.
Yikes. Okay. He's still up, but he is glowing and not looking good. Anything else with your bonus action?
I'm just gonna move over. Oh gosh, it's my ruler. I'm gonna move over towards Hilda. Let me do that.
Okay. that brings us to the dude's turn. Ew. He is really not feeling this. Yeah, I think he is going to use his bonus action again, given the condition he's in. I think he uses bonus action again, and he sort of teleports himself 30 feet towards the door. And he then runs out the door and uses his action to dash. And he just makes a run for it. Matthias's turn. Goes, yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I think getting back up.
He goes and walks over to the door. His Eldritch Blast is 120 feet. So is going to just make a couple of attacks out towards him. So you just see Matthias poke his head out the door.
This villain fleeing. Yeet.
For a total of 19 points of damage. The guy has 14 hit points left. So you just hear, doosh, doosh, thump. Got him.
Nice.
Okay, well, what about that spider, though? It keeps disappearing. It's trying to eat me, I'm pretty sure.
It is your turn too, Hilda.
It is my turn. I don't know what I can do.
You can do this.
I mean, I guess I can just, like... I don't have anything that could, like... No, maybe we should just go. Maybe it'll leave us alone.
You've been beat like 4 times, though.
I know, but I don't want it to bite me again.
Then stab it!
I'm gonna hold my action to stab it again.
Okay.
Hit me!
Mel?
I'm gonna open this door. I'm gonna take out my thieves' tools and open this door.
Okay, make a lockpicking check.
Okay. Is it dexterity?
Yes.
Cool. That's 26.
Okay, 26. If you had been close to the DC, I might have had it take more than one turn. But with that, it's like it was never even locked.
Howdy.
Do you open it or do you just unlock it?
I'm gonna wait for my party. I didn't check for traps.
Okay, Chad, what do you got?
All right, I am moving over next to my 2 friends and holding my action to attack the spider if it shows up. And question, when it disappeared, did it take my axe with it or did it clatter to the floor?
I'll say your axe clattered to the floor.
Okay, so I will be retrieving those later, but for now I just have Dragon Maru at the ready.
Okay. It is the spider's turn. And you wait. And you wait. Doesn't seem like it's coming back.
Yay!
It ethereal jaunted out of this place. So it's gone.
As you would say.
As we say in Glambala, GTFO.
GTFO. So we can go ahead and comment there.
Okay.
I will run out to the door, and I don't know if Matthias is going to help me, but Chad's going to drag the dude back into the inn.
I'm gonna check the door for traps.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay.
It's a little more drama than I wanted.
25.
25. You inspect the door. It is trapped.
Great.
It seems that there are arcane glyphs around the door.
Cool. This door is the main door.
Well, let me take a look at that. Maybe I can get rid of that for us.
Sure.
Is the only thing weird about it?
Yep, there are no other traps, just this magical trap that probably between the 2 of us we could determine what it does and then determine how to get rid of it.
I mean, I was just gonna try to dispel it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't know. Does that take a lot out of you? Said in meta.
I mean, the thing's what spell slot. But...
Again, I don't know much about magic, but maybe this guy has a key that can disarm
That is
it.
a really good idea.
As Chad is like dragging this dude back in by his heels.
Are those like dudes on the table still just chilling?
Yep, still just chilling.
I'm gonna chuck a cup at it.
Okay. It just passes straight through them.
Why didn't I notice that earlier?
It's fairly convincing. It's what you expect to see when you come into an inn, which is, I mean, why they do it. But I'm gonna go investigate the bloody body for some sort of arcane key of some kind.
Okay. So you're doing that. Jules, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna heal myself.
Okay.
I'm doing really bad over here.
I can't see anything. I'm sorry.
I have 18 whole hit points.
On the bright side, you're not poisoned.
I'm gonna... It looks like we're gonna keep moving, so I'm just gonna cast a big old Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna check on Hilda.
Okay.
Too.
Okay. You can roll those and get that healing. Mel, make an investigation check on the body. Chad, you're also checking out the body. You were grabbing something, or you were just...
I mean, I'm grabbing my axe back. I'm gonna take the guy's rapier because I wants it.
Yeah!
And
He got it!
And I think anyone watching sees Chad kind of yank the rapier and look at it for a bit and just say, "Those fools at court said I would never have a rapier wit. Well, who's laughing now? I shall call you wit."
Jeez.
Mel enjoys this too much and laughs a lot, and so her investigation was only at 13.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you search over the body. There is a key on him to the door. What you might gather is probably to the door. Yeah, I mean, he's got the weapons that you took. He's got the dagger. He's got the rapier. Otherwise, he has a small pouch on him that has about 10 gold pieces in it.
Totally take it. Totally. Absolutely.
That's about it.
Okay.
Take the money. Also the key.
I would like to Arcana check these runes.
Okay, make an Arcana check. Also, it kind of dawns on you, and I'll do this as a reminder. Don't forget you still have that box from the last session.
Oh, yeah.
The magical trapped one.
That we were supposed to look at this morning that I totally forgot about.
Yeah, we all forgot about that. I just wanted to toss it as a reminder if you guys decide to do that.
All right.
Yes.
But I think we had all forgotten about it.
That's a natural 20, so 29.
Yes!
Jeez. Okay, you know...
Your bad luck.
Yeah, you know everything about the spell on the door. There is a glyph of warding on the door, which means that if under certain conditions, if it's interacted with or passed over or something like that, it will trigger and bad things will happen. Could cause damage or alarms or other things. You would know that your Dispel Magic could take care of this without issue. But as far as the parameters of what the spell is set and who can move through it undisturbed, that you don't know.
Well, it looks like it's some sort of warning system, or it could be some sort of nasty trap, like you said. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. And it's going to pull out the bell and cast a spell magic
Okay.
at third level.
Yeah, at the third level, you don't need to make a check. You just dispel the effect. It's gone.
Neat. I found this key, and finding this key reminds me that we actually have something else on us that it is locked. Maybe we should look at that.
Man, things move pretty quickly around here. It's easy to forget stuff like that.
Yeah, it's almost like I was very focused on finding my brother, who's lost and like still here somewhere.
Yeah, we should. Ugh, I don't know what could be down there, but I guess we'll find out soon.
Does this key go to that door, or does it go to that box? I'll think about it real hard, and maybe look at the box, and also the door.
Wait, so it's a small enough box you can hold with you?
I don't know.
Like
Did we bring it? I assumed we brought it.
It's not. It could fit one of your packs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay,
have it.
it's like a little box. Okay, for some reason I was picturing like way big.
I would just like to know if this key goes to that box or the door.
You picked that lock so well. It doesn't. No, this key would go to the door. I was just reminding you of the box because I had forgotten about it.
So we have that box, but also thanks to Hilda, we are now good to go.
All right. Do you still think you should you go first down there? Or should we?
I don't know anything. I mean, I can look for traps and things.
You seem pretty good at finding this.
Yeah, it's very incidental. I've never done anything bad in my life ever to have gained these experiences. It's actually just kidding.
Right. Nothing bad ever.
Okay, let's go then.
You should probably go next to me so that if there is a trap that you miss, I will take the brunt of it.
I mean, I don't want you to be hurt, but I also don't want to be hurt, so I feel like this is a good balance.
Yes, but it seemed to be only Matthias and I got away unscratched in that fight.
Well done. By the way, Matthias, A+. You did great. Very impressed.
Thank
may
you.
say.
What's that?
It was never in doubt. I just wanted to reiterate.
Oh, okay.
Never in doubt.
Thank you for letting me know that I'm welcome.
Opens door.
Okay, you push open the door, and inside you see a set of stairs leading downwards.
Here we go.
All right.
I'm gonna look for traps constantly.
All right, make a perception check.
Great. Oh, it's perception. Oh no.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jules.
I just said a while ago that I was gonna check on Hilda. Hilda, do you want some healing?
Oh, yeah, you
Oh,
did.
that would be nice.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Hilda while we're going.
Bye guys, we're all gonna die here. Depends on my perception, which is 0. I was hoping it was investigation. It is not. Okay.
That was pretty good.
17.
Okay, 17. You keep an eye around you. You don't notice any other traps in your immediate vicinity, but I will keep that in mind moving forward. But you follow these stone steps which lead down, and you quickly realize this does not seem like stairs leading down to a cellar. There are stone walls on either side, and it just keeps going and descending down 20, 30, 40 feet deeper and deeper to something else beneath. And we're going to go ahead and take a break right here. Good place to get up and stretch our legs and refill our drinks and all that good stuff. So we will be back here in a few minutes, everyone. So stick with us, and we'll see you soon. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Saturday Nights. We are picking up with the second half of our session here today, so thank you for bearing with us. So let's get back to it then, everyone. So when we left off, you were heading down this staircase into darkness below. Mel keeping an eye out for traps along the way, and as you descend this staircase for the next about 100 feet. Eventually, it levels off and exits through an archway into a circular room. This room is worked stone, floor, walls, and ceiling, and the ceiling itself is about 20 feet high. All around this room, there are equally spaced passageways leading out, 5 in total. And across or directly across the room from you, from the passageway that you have entered from, is a circular stone door with a mural carved into it. And I say door, I mean like a circular slab. There's no seam or anything, but it appears to be some sort of passageway that is blocked off leading out of here.
What does the mural show? Tell from the foot of the stairs.
From the foot of the stairs is difficult because it's very dark in here, unless you guys want to light up a light source. But it is absolute darkness down here, which I don't know who that affects.
Me and Hilda.
Yeah, I would like to cast dancing lights.
Dancing lights. Okay, so you do have a light source now that illuminates it, and yeah, you can approach the door and get an idea of what it looks like. There look to be a few sort of equally spaced kind of vignettes around the exterior of the door. All of them appear to be different races of creatures: humans, elves, dwarves, tieflings, Aarakocra, all sorts of creatures that are sort of carrying out day-to-day activities. Nothing like out of the ordinary, as far as you can tell. If you want to inspect it closely, though, I can have you make an investigation check.
I would like to do that thing that you said.
Sure. Roll for it.
16.
16. Okay, yeah, that's enough. You investigate I think there's one thing that sort of stands out to you among among the door and the these images. One is there is no handle on this door. No other markings of how to open it. But all of the images depict creatures speaking to each other. And there is sort of a purposeful depiction of these creatures all engaged in conversation. As those of you step into the room, though, you also notice all of these passageways that are leading out from the central chamber have like little symbols carved above them. One of them, let's pull it up. Sorry, I said 5. So one of the passageways is the stone door. There are 4 open tunnels leading out from here, and then the one that you came through. So the other 4 tunnels that you haven't come through, one has a tree depicted above it. Another one has a flame. One has a stone or a boulder, and the third has an eye, or the fourth has an eye.
What are the odds the eye leads us to, or what are the odds the eye leads us to the lone eye? Are there any... you said this is worked stone, so there's nothing really that could have left tracks for us to follow?
Yeah, no worked stone, no patches of footprints or anything as far as you can tell.
And no nice welcoming rug that has maybe been kicked up at one corner?
Unfortunately not.
Dang. And if the eye door does not take us to the lone eye, I think the coincidence will be uncanny.
Oh gosh, what were the other ones? Other
A stone,
bandit
a
factions
tree?
called?
Fire? Oh.
Going back to my notes.
Tree and flame and boulder.
So, Umberhawkers, Blood Wolves, Ice Rats, Midnight Reavers, and the Lone Eye.
Well done, Alex.
Is there one above the door that we just came through?
No.
Okay.
What do I have? What do I have here? What can I do?
I mean, yeah, we could just start walking down the one.
Well, I mean, if we just...
I think
choose well.
Chad's gonna go up to the door and just say, "Hello? Door?"
More?
No response. No response.
Oh, I think our best bet is just to pick one. We're losing time just standing here.
You're right.
And it would probably be a terrible idea for us all to split up and take a different one, wouldn't it?
Yes, that's the worst idea.
And yeah, we don't know how far they go. They could go very far.
I guess the best choice is to follow the eye and hope for the best.
If not, we'll try another one.
Yeah. Could you leave Panger here to keep an eye on things in case someone comes back?
It's a good idea.
Chad, that was very clever.
I know a thing or two about tactics.
Yeah, I think he could hang out here. Let's see, he was outside. Let me just... And then bring him in here with us.
Okay.
It's very bright white owl.
Just sitting in the center of the room.
Not spooky at all. Actually, could I use prestidigitation to make him look dirty? And so maybe he blends in a little bit.
Okay, sure. You use prestidigitation to change its color. It's more of like a ratty, like grayish
Yeah.
color now. Yeah.
Okay, maybe that'll kind of hide you, but you won't be here for too long, buddy. Just hang out and let us know. You're such a good boy. Okay, well, shall we go?
All right.
Please.
Okay. You head down the passageway with the eye above the entrance. As you head through the archway, the tunnel goes about 25, 30 feet and before kind of curving slightly and then opening up through into another chamber. As you stand in the entrance to this chamber, you see a rectangular room about 40 feet by 20 feet, extending long ways away from you. And all across this room are kind of covering the walls and even a few on the ceiling are mirrors of different sizes, shapes, and each with different frames. You see some with silver and brass and wood and iron and gold, all different types of frames, different shapes, different sizes, different levels of clarity, but just mirrors covering almost every surface.
Hmm.
Well, that's not creepy.
There is no other exit from this room.
I'm looking in one of the mirrors under my breath going, Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary.
Don't. No, that's bad luck.
You don't know what's going to be behind these mirrors. I'd like to take a look at one of the mirrors and kind of get a sense if there's something magical going on here.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay.
Bloody Mary.
What did I just say? Okay,
Now we die.
19. Okay,
A billion?
25.
25. Wow. Okay. Well,
Well,
with a
really?
25, you walk around the room and sort of inspect the mirrors. There is some. Well, here's what you get here. There is some magic to some of the mirrors. Most of them, you don't notice really anything about them out of the ordinary, but you realize a couple of them, you get the impression that there's something on the other side. You can vaguely make out a shape on the other side of these mirrors, something small. And there appear to be and a lot of these mirrors have these, but you also get a sort of illusory sense to them, to some of them, realizing that the mirror themselves are kind of giving a distorted appearance. And you're able to actually, from the 20 or so mirrors around the room, isolate it down to 3 mirrors, which are mundane, don't appear to have any magical effect, but also appear to show something behind them that you can see through the mirrored surface itself. And with a 25, which is the DC that you needed, you recognize 2 of the shapes behind the mirrors are just slightly moving, but one of them is completely still.
But there's definitely something behind a few of these mirrors, and a couple of them are sort of make a link. Could be a person, could be a creature, I don't know.
I'll say I don't like the idea of moving things behind mirrors.
Yeah. I mean, this one doesn't, it's got something behind us, but it's not moving.
Can I touch it?
You can touch the mirror if you.
I was asking the party if that's cool.
Oh, okay, go.
Which one are you trying to touch? The one that's not moving?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll be ready to slash whatever comes out at us.
Pop, pop.
Can I keep an eye on the 2 that have moving stuff?
Yeah, and I think I'll keep an eye on whichever one Jules isn't looking at.
Okay, yeah, you can do
Good
that.
idea. Poke, poke, poke.
Okay, you poke the mirror and it's solid.
I'm going to
Nothing.
wrap my hand in some stuff and freaking punch this mirror.
Okay. Easy enough. It doesn't take any special skill to break the mirror, but you wrap your hand up so it doesn't get cut, and you smash it, and there's the sound of shattering glass hitting the floor of the room. And on the other side of the mirror is a small like alcove, and sitting in that alcove is a little like statue figurine, and it appears to be this like amorphous shape of like a mass of like tendrils and tentacles and eyes and things like that. It's creepy.
Do you guys see this?
Cute.
That doesn't look very great.
What skills do I have? Hold on.
This might be a stretch, but is there any way, does it look like a creature that maybe Chad might have studied about or been given lessons on?
Make a history check.
May I? I was trying to see what I was proficient in so what I could ask to do.
Sure. And you can do history or you can do arcana. Those would be the two.
Ooh, cool.
No religion.
Not in this case.
One day I'll get to make a religion check.
One day.
Yep, that's
I
a
got-
10 for Chad.
I got an 18.
Okay. Chad looks gross. For the you might have heard something about it, but this is a very obscure level of like knowledge that I don't know whether would have been covered in your sort of general education.
Want to do history or arcana?
For Mel, and you roll history or arcana on yours?
I'll do history.
Okay. So for history, you look at it, it doesn't have any special like historical significance as far as like iconography or indicating some sort of organization. But there are tales and historical documents of invasions of creatures from a realm beyond our own, from other planes of existence. And you don't know the specific type of creature or whether this signifies or represents a specific type of creature, but it does bear resemblance to the far realm.
Reminds me of the far realm in a way. Do you know anything, Hilda?
Okay, I rolled 11 tonight. Dirty 20 for Arcana.
Okay. Yeah, you also get the same idea that this creature sort of depicts some sort of aberration. These sort of creatures born of madness and a lack of order from the chaos and the chaotic influences of the universe, falling under the realm of the territory of the mad god Charlie. And yeah, you definitely get that influence from this creature or from this statuary as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's great, and also now I'm worried that maybe that the wiggly things that I saw behind the mirrors might be this, but alive.
So we leave the mirrors alone or we smash them?
If they are hiding a space behind them like these were, I do not want to encounter the living version of this.
I mean, maybe I'm just apprehensive because I got almost eaten by a spider earlier.
Yeah, are you okay? That is terrifying. Even little ones, I don't like them.
Fine. I mean, I might have nightmares later, but it's fine.
Okay, we'll see.
So the mirrors that have the moving stuff behind them, are they like close to us? Like if someone was standing behind them, they could hear us. Right?
Yeah. I mean, they're close. If there was a person behind them listening in, they might be able to hear you. Be muffled, but
I mean,
Okay.
this could just be at the end, but it seems like a very weird and interesting sort of room to have a funky statue and maybe who knows what else.
Yeah, I'd like to inspect the statue and just like this alcove to see if there's any like hidden buttons or anything. Like if this is the way you're supposed to go to get to continue.
okay. Make a investigation check.
Okay. Natural 20 for
Yeah.
28 total.
Okay. with a 20, you inspect the alcove. There's no switches or levers or anything like that, or traps or anything of any kind in there. But you do look at the statue. And as you kind of inspect this little statuary, it doesn't appear to be trapped. No arcane influence, anything like that. It looks like it's perfectly safe to touch. And you look at the bottom of it, and on the bottom there is something engraved there in a language that I don't think you understand.
I doubt it. I only know Elven and Infernal.
Yeah, you don't understand this language.
You know, there is something here, or all of you, I don't want to assume, but she has that nice helmet.
I could take a look at it. Let's see. She's out. Helmet for bag.
Okay, you put on your
head languages.
Magneto helmet and cast comprehend languages, looking at the thing, and you immediately identify this language as, and I think it'll roll forward your check from before. This is deep speech. And the word that's written there is reality.
It just says reality, but this is deep speech.
Can you pronounce it?
Probably not. I can just read it.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
No, I think you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You could maybe. You could maybe phonetically pronounce it with the check that you rolled before and your comprehend languages and stuff. I'd say that while I don't think the comprehend languages gives you the ability to speak the language that you understand, but I'd say with your intelligence and your check you made previously, you could probably pronounce this word.
I mean, I can try to sound it out. You think that might be something?
I do, because the door outside, the frame was very clearly depicting people talking or speaking. I wonder if either saying this word here or there will do something.
All right, I'll give it a go.
Chad is going to hold his action to hit whatever comes through the mirror with Dragon Maru.
Same.
Okay.
Insert deep speech here.
Okay, so you yeah, something like that. So you speak the word in the room with all the mirrors. Wait a moment. Nothing happens.
Okay, so like I said, it could be here or over at the blank door. So
that's my guess.
Again, all of this is shooting in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing to go off of here. This is all very.
I'm just very frustrated.
Well, it's possible that if we go down the other tunnels, we'll find a word, and then if we say all the words to the door, it'll open.
It seems very convoluted. It's a very long way to get through.
Oh yeah, this is a weird cellar, but
it's also only 30 feet back that way, so it's a short jaunt over to check.
All right.
Jules, is there any way you can? Is there any way of still knowing if Paul is around still?
No, not today. That's a bit of powerful magic.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing it in the first place, or you wouldn't have gotten this far.
Well, yeah.
And it's closer than I've been in months.
Why wouldn't I?
I just want to say thank you anyway.
You're welcome. Let's try another tunnel.
Right.
Doesn't seem like Bloody Mary's here after all.
It's a good thing too.
Alright, do we want to leave these other two mirrors then?
I really think that there'll be some sort of a fight if we do that. If we don't leave them alone.
Oh, you said it was a lot of illusions and stuff. I mean, not my area of expertise, but it's possible they're fakes to keep us from finding the real word. I don't know. I mean, I read a lot of books as a kid. That's about all I got.
Well, if we find 3 more words and saying all of them together doesn't do anything, we'll come back and start smashing mirrors.
That works for me.
But why 3?
don't know. I guess let's go straight down another hallway.
Because there are 4 other hallways. I got it.
3 other hallways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 total hallways.
Yeah.
Hi,
Numbers.
Mel has an int that's high. Lindsay does not.
So you go back to the main room. Nothing's changed in here. Panger's still fine. There are 3 other hallways. One with a the tree hallway, the fire hallway, and the stone hallway.
I want to go down the tree hallway.
Okay. So you all head down the hallway with the tree in the same way.
Scratch Panger on the head.
The tunnel goes about 30 or 40 feet before ending at an archway into another room, but this one entirely different from the one before. This room is overgrown with vines and colorful plants and flowers, and every square inch and surface of this room is completely blanketed in this beautiful sort of subtropic environment. But what you can make out amongst all of the flora in this space is at the center of the room there is a stone altar, and on that altar you see a small statue sitting on top of it.
Well, shall we look for a word at this one too?
Yeah, let's look for fake flowers and things.
I want to check out the altar.
Okay. You go walking up to the altar. As you step out amongst the plants and the vines and all this growth around you, immediately as you begin to push through it, it kind of shifts and sways with you as plants do, and there is this yellow flower by your feet with this bulb at the top, and it unfurls and opens up, and there's this cloud of spores that erupts from it, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
All of us, or just Jules?
I assume that Jules is moving through by your or in the front, so just her for right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. 21.
Okay. You take reduced to half. You take 4 points of poison damage. And you feel your mind kind of muddled and cloudy for a second, but you resist the effect.
Ugh.
Oh, what was that?
A mean flower? I don't know. I keep going.
Okay. There are many more of these plants around the room. Do you want to try to avoid them or just power your way through?
No, I mean, I'll try to walk around. I'll try to skirt them.
Okay. Is everyone else just waiting by the
if I
door,
can.
or is anyone going along with her?
Oh, so they're all like in there, not necessarily just around the altar?
But yeah, they're like this room is overgrown. There's plants and bushes and the flowers growing up to about like chest height for most of you, probably over Hilda's head, just all throughout this room, and you can just see the altar on the far side of it.
I may be able to do something to clear a path. If you want to back up towards us, Jules.
Is it gonna involve like setting the whole room on fire? Or
Not
something?
the whole room.
I'm just gonna try to skirt around them. My holy symbol's a tree, and I would feel very bad in general about just like destroying this whole place that has an
Literally, that
altar in the
flower.
middle.
That flower just spat at you, and you said it was mean, though. I don't understand.
It was rude. It doesn't mean I want to kill it.
Huh.
If I killed everyone who was rude to me, there wouldn't be very many people left.
Good point. Let me come also with you, Jules.
Okay. Those of you that are going, need you to make acrobatics checks.
Oh! Acrobatics! Yeah,
You're not bad. You're not bad.
Yeah, I'm bad at that. Let's see. 15.
I rolled a natural 20,
Oh, dang.
so 19.
Sweet
Nice.
flips. So 19.
You both succeed. Hilda just. And you very gingerly make your way through the room, balancing yourself, kind of skirting around some of the plants, and you see these flowers. Again, beautiful, but as you know, Jules, probably with your knowledge of nature and all the probably very deadly in their intent. But you both make it to the other side of the room without issue and approach the altar. And on this altar, there is a small statue of a very old, almost like a bonsai tree, I think, is kind of what it looks like.
Ooh. I'll pick it up.
You pick it up, and it begins to rumble. No, we're not going Indiana Jones on this one. But you pick it up and inspect it, and on the bottom, same as the other statue, there is a word written in a language I don't think you understand. It looks kind of elven, but is
Hilda?
different.
It's different. Hang on, let me just see. Oh, the whole time. That's the other one does. I mean, I could. Can I just do this infinitely?
Forever, yeah.
I think comprehend languages. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you just do it at will.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look. See.
So you cast a spell and look over the word, and as you inspect it, you realize this word is in Sylvan. And the word is hour, like O-U-R.
O-U-R. Okay.
Mm.
How big is the statue thingy?
It's not very big, maybe like a foot tall.
That's kind of big.
We're gonna make it too easy for whoever comes after us. If you bring it with us.
Yeah, no, I was gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
It's kind of pretty though.
It's a tree. I like trees.
You take this and you guys try to head back across the room.
Hilda, can our next adventure be like something where there are no poisonous things?
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's been a day.
But I think you got this, and is gonna inspire Jules.
Thank you.
Okay.
She's
both
tired.
both of you make acracrobatics checks to go back across the
Okay.
room.
You can do it.
Mel and Chad on the other side, just like watching this. They'll just, so how are you?
Hey, I got better. More better.
What's it?
Matthias goes, I'm fine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
My inspiration is a D6.
Okay. I'm gonna use it.
Okay. Figured it might help.
Okay. 18.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I rolled a
got
6 on my
16.
D6.
Oh, you
Oh,
said-
nice.
You said a 16, Hilda?
Yes. 16.
You both make it back across the room without issue.
Ugh. Man, what is with these plants, though?
She's beauty and she's glaze.
Thanks, Hilda.
Yeah, no problem. I knew you got this.
I knew you got this.
And I knew we were fine.
Look
All
at
right,
this
so
tree.
yeah, we have a little tree friend.
Isn't that heavy?
No,
It's very pretty.
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
It says,
I mean, unless you want it.
No, I don't think I could carry it.
I'm gonna keep it.
on the bottom of it, it's in Sylvan. It says hour.
Hmm.
O-U-R.
Okay, this is going to be like a sentence or a phrase.
Our reality.
I hate word puzzles.
You know, let's just. Should we all just like go into different rooms? I'm getting very anxious.
I mean, we could.
I should be able to knock out the fire one quickly. Fire doesn't bother me that much.
It bothers
That
me a
doesn't bother
lot.
you anyway.
Oh, just kidding, it doesn't anymore with my new fancy armor.
I mean, maybe you and Chad want to go down, check out fire room just to see. I mean, he's assuming it's fire, but who knows?
I will stay a safe distance away, but yes, I will go with Chad to the
Okay,
fire
and then
room.
maybe
Okay, so the two of you go to the fire room, and then the other two are going to the stone room.
shoulder. Yeah, let's go check it out. Let's go
Alright.
have our adventure, Jules. It's a
Alright.
Party,
There's
yes.
no way that it's there are poison in these boulders, right?
Yeah, probably not.
Mel from down the other way. Well, actually,
Okay.
That's why we sent her to the other tunnel.
So you split up. I guess Matthias will just stand in there with Panger and go, I guess I'll just stay by myself.
You could come with me.
Okay,
You'll
he'll
be
go,
a relay system.
he'll go with
Yeah, if you hear screaming down one of the hallways, you should run down that hallway.
And let the
Okay.
others know.
I'll play safety.
Also there.
I'll stay here and I'll be ready to help.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you guys split up. And we'll start with Chad and Mel first. So the two of you head down the fire hallway about 30 feet again until you come to the end of this passageway where there is the archway opens up into another room like before, except this one is entirely bare. Or almost entirely bare. Every surface up here is covered in worked stone. Like before, it's about 40 feet across in a circular shape. But at the very center of the room, there is a pillar that appears to depict a person in excruciating pain, wreathed in flame.
yeah. I'm good out here, back still in the hallway. Silly, just give him a little kiss on the cheek, please. And then Theory is gonna just like flutter over like a little butterfly. He's gonna look at and just land on Chad's cheek, and then he's gonna get some temp hips.
Ooh.
Okay.
And peeps.
Some temp heaps. I don't remember how many. Can you pull up Theory's
Oh,
sheet?
hang on. Yeah. Theory.
I assume you're int mod? Or
Yeah, but it's
this one?
something.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 5. Here we go. 1, 3, so 9.
All right. That's 9 more than I had. Let's see. Is there anything I can do to prepare for this?
You've got it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think. Yes, that's just gonna like.
Unwilling.
All right. Here I go. This is probably going to hurt, but not.
I'm
that
ready
much.
for wounds.
So, from where we are, it just looks like a pillar, right?
Yeah, like a large pillar statue. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna run towards the pillar and look to see if there's a word on it.
Okay. Chad runs into the room. As soon as he steps into the room, there is a shifting of stone,
Oh.
and an iron gate snaps down between Mel and Chad,
Oh no.
trapping Chad in the room.
Oh
And at that moment, every surface of this room is wreathed in flame. Red fire, there's a flash of light, and Chad, for a second you are blinded and kind of dazed as you're making your sprinting towards the statue. But the heat itself is overwhelming at this point. You take another step forward and you feel another click, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Wait, so just like the exterior walls are fire?
Yes.
Like he's not okay.
Let's
I
see.
thought you were saying he was running through fire, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, the exterior walls and the ceiling is all like covered in fire now, and there's an intense heat.
Yeah, I'm going to use my legend point and hopefully get better than a 2.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Yay!
So you take half damage.
And half again because I'm resistant.
Yes. So what would be 14 down to 7 down to 3 points of fire damage. You continue to sprint forward towards the pillar. And as you do, you make it another about 10 feet. You are very close to it now, but there is another shifting of stone underneath you as you were just powering through. I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
Can do it.
That's only a 10 that time.
10. Okay. That is a 7 for damage, so reduced to 3. I rolled very badly on that.
I still have temp HP.
Yeah. And then you reach the pillar. The fire around you is intense, and you can see this pillar is again. It's unfazed by the fire. It itself is not wreathed in flame, but it has a level of detail to it that is beautiful, if not for the circumstances. But you can see around the other side of the pillar, in the direction that the statue is facing, sort of carved across the chest of this figure who is burning. You can see a word in Infernal,
which I can read.
The word is voices.
I will just kind of shout out in Infernal voices, see if that does anything.
It does not.
All right. Mel, back away.
I back away.
And I'm going to use Dragon Maru to do Dragon's Breath in Ice back towards the door and hopefully try and make my passage back easier.
Okay. Roll the roll the damage for the
all right
ice.
I hear you.
So I guess that does 13 ice damage.
All right, 13 points of ice damage. There is a level there. Everything from the statue to the about, I think that gets it with the 15 feet. That gets about halfway to the door. But there's like a section of the wall, ground, and like steam is rising up from it, and there's ice coating it on a couple of the switches on the ground that you know that you have stepped on before. The fire in the room is still intense. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 24.
Okay. You succeed. You take 2 points of fire damage.
Reduced, or was that the reduced?
That's the reduced. Yeah.
Okay. I still have temp HP. And as I am getting to the edge of the ice patch, I am going to do one more ice dragon breath to hopefully get the way.
Yeah, you exhale one more time and coat the ground. No more triggers go off. The ice is quickly melting, and you reach the gate, which is still snapped down in front of you.
I'm just going to try and brute force it up.
Okay, make a athletics check.
22.
Okay, 22. You pull on the gates in the bar, trying to wrench it from the ground. You feel it kind of shift slightly, but it does not move. May need you to make another Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay. 22.
Okay. You just take another 2 points of fire damage.
Okay, I have gone into my actual HP now. It's fine.
Ella's flipping out at this point.
Let me double check. Does Dragon's Breath do acid? I believe it does.
I'm not sure. That would make sense if it did, though.
Yeah. Gonna motion Mel back again and use the last bit of Dragon Maru's extra charges to acid Dragon Breath the gate or wherever it's being locked.
Oh, the Iron Gate, yeah.
Yeah, whatever is preventing me from just ripping this up.
Okay. Go and roll your damage for the acid. So this reduces the DC of the check.
That was terrible damage. That only did 6.
All right, 6 points of damage. You exhale the acid, which kind of sprays the door. You can see pock marks forming on the steel and the iron as it is. Some of it dissolves where it begins to dissolve away. The heat in here is growing like overwhelmingly hot. You're finding it hard to breathe at this point as the oxygen is being burned out of the room. I need you to make another Constitution saving throw for me.
Not so great that time. That's only an 8.
Okay. 8. You're going to take the full... Well, I only rolled a 1 on that one, so you take 1 point of damage. And however, at this point with the oxygen, losing your breath, you feel like you are... you're beginning to feel dizzy, and you're beginning to suffocate. What's your Constitution modifier?
3.
Okay, you have 4 rounds until you fall unconscious.
Okay, I am going to try and rip this door up again, and I'm going to say, to Mel now, maybe go get help.
I send Theory in to give him advantage.
Okay.
Reacting to
Theory's going to need to make a Constitution save too if it moves
That's
beyond.
totally fine with me.
But I will say Theory can move in through the gates if they need to.
I hope so, yes. He doesn't need a roll for this, he just does it. So it is Inspiration. You have advantage on 5 ability checks for the next hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the con save for Theory.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was rolling. Okay.
And Jules, you might be fire resistant, but this is presumably happening concurrently with whatever's going to happen with you.
Oh, yeah.
That's 4. It was almost a 14, did you see? Oh,
Okay. Theory also takes some fire damage.
He'll be okay.
4 points of fire damage.
Yeah, he's cool.
But is okay right now. I don't think they need to breathe, so I think they're fine as far as that goes. Okay, so Chad, go to make another athletics check with advantage if you'd like.
I rolled a 3 and a 5 for a total of 11.
Oh, no!
1 round passes, and you cannot get this gate. Cannot move it.
So Mel's leaving now.
Yeah, Mel, you run
Like,
down
I
the
wasn't
hallway back to where Matthias is, who goes, what's going on?
It's fine. He can't breathe. He can't open the gates.
Okay.
He just screams, Jules!
Okay, Jules. I'll say for the sake of this, you guys have. I'll narrate what you guys have done, and we're going to actually figure out retroactively whether you have already succeeded. But
Okay.
you hear the cries of panic coming from down. So you want to run in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say with this
No,
round,
you know what? Nah.
with this round passing,
She's fine.
you are all making your way, but it's going to take another round for you to get there. Sprinting though, you'll be there for the next check. Chad, go ahead and make another athletics check.
I'm rolling terribly. That's another
no.
11.
Advantage
nope,
still?
that's
Oh, I did not roll that one at advantage.
okay.
Nope, I rolled another 3 and a 5.
Another round passes. You have how many rounds to say it for? So you have 2 rounds left. And at this point, after making that check and the flames growing hot, and you're finding yourself. Oh, I forgot to roll your damage for those rounds. Just make 2 quick con saves for me.
No. 16 is the lowest.
Okay, you succeed on both of them. It was a total. It was 4 and 4, so 8 reduced to 4. So, or you succeeded. So, 2 points or 4 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So at this point, with Chad, everything's growing dizzy and you're having a hard time focusing. You're just pulling as hard as you can. Jules, you reach the gate too.
Hello.
Mel's just hysterical, screaming for Chad, like next to Jules.
So here's what happens. Chad's already at advantage, so I'm essentially going to let Chad roll at advantage, and then you can roll separately, Jules. So both of you can roll to try to.
Can I
lift
cast
the
a
gate.
spell on myself?
Yes, you can.
I'm
What do
going
you
to
wanna-
cast Enhance Ability on myself
Okay.
and give
you do.
myself Bear's Strength.
Okay,
Or
both of you roll with
Bull's
advantage.
Strength, excuse
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
Theirs are pretty strong, too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I got an 18 that time.
18.
I'm doing that, sorry. 20 total.
20. Okay. So the DC was initially 25 to lift the gate. You reduced it by 6 with your acid. So the DC was 19. So Chad, you pull as hard as you can on it, and it's not shifting, not shifting. Jules, you get up and you just like Hulk out, grab the bottom, lift as hard as you can, and it begins to slide. Chad, you are losing your breath. You feel like you have literally 6 seconds left before you fall unconscious as the gates rise. You're gonna take
Pull him out! Pull him out!
You take 1 more point of fire damage because I rolled a 1 on that, and so it doesn't matter if you succeed or fail because it's just gonna be 1. But you are able to push yourself, and you guys pull Chad out from the fire, and he is free.
I cast Cure Wounds. Mel's just like hysterically crying. He's just like, I should have gone into you. I should have made you do this.
For the record, Chad does not actually look that damaged.
Freaking out
He
anyway.
only looked like he was
fast
about to
out.
suffocate and die. So
What I will say is because it got so close, Chad, you are at 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. And unfortunately, these sheets don't have a way to track that.
But he is alive. I want to go back.
Oh wait! Oh, I wanted to make a sassy
Maybe
comment.
we shouldn't have.
Oh, sorry. What is your sassy
Oh.
comment right before we reverse time?
I left the two of you alone for like 5 minutes.
Can
I just, like, Can I just hug Mel? Like,
Thank you.
it's alright.
Okay.
It's alright. You're fine. He's fine. We're all fine. Also, and I look at Chad. You're welcome.
I got the word.
Great.
So
It's okay.
let's reverse back.
It's fine. We're fine. Everyone's fine. It's alright.
Jules and Hilda, you have gone down your hallway, and at the end of it,
Well, we know we live.
yeah, that's true. Well, things are going to change if you don't live.
Oh no!
You reach the end of your hallway, and you come to a solid slab of stone blocking your progress forward. It seems to be a dead end, but however, this stone wall in front of you is one singular block, and it has a giant hand sort of slightly protruding from the wall, kind of like Han Solo and Carbonite, sort of like somebody like kind of like halfway pushed out of the wall. You can notice this wall doesn't seem to be attached. It actually looks like there is a seam where it is slightly like it is separate from the walls around you, but it is blocking the way forward.
Well, you said there's seems. Is there like? Can I look around for for anything else like along the seams, like to kind of see if it like does it like move to the side or forward or
Yeah,
something?
make an investigation check.
Okay. I like look closely at these things and see what direction they go. Okay, 7. Let's see. What's my investigation? Oh, 13.
13. You investigate the sides. You aren't too sure of the mechanism, but it looks like whatever it is probably moves inward. Because it looks like the walls themselves, they kind of peer around the seams, actually continue. And this is just like some sort of block that is actually barring your passage forward.
Like we have to maybe move this rock out of the way.
I could touch the hand. Ugh.
Give it a little high five or something.
Yeah? Maybe it just needs some encouragement?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, why not?
Yeah, well, if it grabs me, go get Chad, I guess.
Okay.
Which we know canonically does not happen.
All right.
Some split timeline multiverse shit right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch the hand to see if it does anything.
Okay, you touch the hand, nothing seems to happen.
Okay. I don't get my arm chopped off or anything.
Nope, not this time.
Next time. Well.
Well, should we try pushing it, or I could try to break the stone?
Yeah. I mean, let's try to push it first, and then worst
Okay.
case, we just smash it.
This guy do.
All right. Why don't you make an athletics check for me, Jules? And if you want to say that you already cast your enhance ability, since that's what you were using it for before, you can just say that you already had it up. Because it lasts for like an hour, right?
I have no idea.
I think so.
I will look. Enhance ability lasts up to 1 hour.
Yeah. So you could
Yeah.
already have that up.
Full
Okay.
strength.
Then I'm going to try to help, even though I'm little.
Okay. You can make one too, Hilda, then. Athletics check.
Athletics. Ooh, number. Let's try this brown. Yeah, it's pretty good. 18.
Nice.
18.
Nice.
Hey!
Okay. The two of
My
you
other
push
roll
against-
was a 1.
Okay, the two of you push against the block, and it begins to slide. And as you slide
You're
it,
strong.
you notice a couple of things. So it doesn't reveal any other passages, but it just continues to move down the hallway. You feel a resistance behind it as you're pushing it that seems to grow. Like the farther you push it, the harder it is getting to push. And you also realize as you look down, Hilda, there are engravings across the floor revealing characters of some sort of phrase that are revealing as you are pushing the wall inwards.
Oh man, we got to keep pushing it. I can't quite read it all.
So if you continue to push it, I need you to make another athletics check. This one more difficult than the one before.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. 17.
21.
Yes.
21. So both of them succeed. The both of you continue to push and giving it all. It's not too difficult with the two of you, but you push it back again. More of the word is revealed, but not quite all of it. And you can feel the intensity mounting and the pressure getting harder. Make one more round of athletics checks.
Okay. Whoa, 17 again. Oh,
Natural
gosh.
20, 22.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
And the
But
no,
never
Hilda-
again, probably.
Hilda, you feel the resistance gaining, and you're not sure how much you are able to contribute in that moment. And it's very solid. But Jules puts all of her effort into getting the final push there. And as you reach the end of it, there is a goosh, and it sort of clicks and locks into place. And you look down and you can see a long word written out beneath you, which, Jules, you can read.
Really?
Because it is written in giant.
Nope, I don't speak giant.
Oh, I thought you wrote it. Did you? Okay, never mind.
No, I don't.
Sorry, I thought you did.
It's Chad who can speak giant.
Yeah, it's Chad that speaks giant.
I speak primordial.
That's right. Okay, so
Dang
you can't
it!
read it, but you
It's
recognize it.
It's in primordial?
You recognize it as giant.
Okay. Oh,
It's a common tongue around here.
Chad knows this one.
Yeah, I hope they're doing all right over there. Let me just.
It's gonna fine.
Hilda, you could do your comprehend languages again too if
Yes,
you want to. Just
please.
read it.
I was gonna sit down on the ground for a minute,
Yeah.
Well, you read it in
Against
giant.
the
The
wall.
word is conquer.
Conk.
And there is a shifting as that happens, and this wall is slowly beginning to slide back right after you read it. And you also hear shouts of panic coming from down the hallway.
Yes!
Oh,
That sounds good.
the wall's moving. Time to go.
All right.
Okay, and then we flash forward to all of you recovering as Chad is pulled from the fire. As soon as you lift up the gate and you make it through, the fire burns for a few more seconds and then extinguishes in that room, and the gate remains up.
Everyone
Mel's just hugging
okay?
Chad. Mel's just hugging Chad. Like,
Are you alright?
Yeah, I mean, just need to get my breath back. Fire.
It's just like all
didn't
fire in that
bother
room?
me. Oh yeah, lots of fire. Pillar in the middle says voices in infernal.
Voices. Well, our room said conquer.
So we have reality, our voices, conquer.
Wait, I know it.
yes?
Well, if I had to guess, if we're making a phrase, our
Yes,
voices
it's
conquer
like-
reality.
Oh yeah, you win the car!
It's
But
all
no,
the
I-
headband. It's all the headband. It's none of it is me.
Let's go talk to the door then.
If it's not that, then
They would have
someone
to be
else
like-
can handle this because it's a weird puzzle.
It would have to be reality conquers our voices, and that's weird.
That
doesn't
sounds
make
sad.
sense.
Yeah,
That's really sad.
yes. I'm done crying today though, let's go.
Okay, you all make it back to the room. Panger is fine, and
Matthias is also fine?
Matthias is also fine.
Okay.
Matthias was with you guys. I think he would have run when the panic was happening.
Yeah, okay, good.
So you are back in the room, and you have the stone wall in front of you. Who is going to say the phrase?
I mean,
Well, Jules figured it out, so you should say it.
I don't know how to say any of those words.
Well,
Do you think we say it in common or in the language that it was?
I can try.
Oh, just try to come
everyone
first.
say it in the language that it is. Chad, you know giants. Wait. I know
It's-
Inferno.
I don't know any of these.
Hilda can help coach you in one.
I could help you with the Sylvan.
Someone please teach me a language.
You can phonetically sort of pronounce the Sylvan for Jules, and
Yeah.
you all know one of the words.
Alright.
Yes, maybe
She
the
tries her
easiest
best.
one. All right. And the 1, 2, 3.
And you all say your word in order. And as you do, the door in front of you begins to glow. The symbols across it kind of light up. But the door doesn't move. Instead, it goes from a solid stone to sort of a door of almost pure light that seems to fluctuate and sort of reverberate in front of you, forming a portal.
He seems totally safe.
I mean, we don't know where it goes, but
Your brother went through it, so
yes.
Mel goes through it.
I think Jules is just in the back while this is happening, like, I figured out a puzzle. I said so long ago that it was going to be the words, and it was the words, and I'm just like, hey guys! And they're all gone.
yep. I mean, Shadow followed immediately after Mal.
You're like, get it! Aw. I love it.
I figured
All right.
out the puzzle, and I go through.
You all step into the room or through the portal, and there is a lurching sensation as if gravity sort of falls away from you, and you find yourself almost feeling weightless for a moment. And as your second step hits coming through the portal, you feel it contact solid earth beneath you. And as it hits the stone, you turn around and you can see the portal still illuminated behind you, and in front of you is a massive cavern that grows and extends away from you. The ceiling is so far above that you can't even make it out in the darkness. There are broken buildings scattered about like ruins, broken and dilapidated. You can see moss and other kind of subterranean plant life growing around it. The remnants of some sort of society or civilization long dead, but all underneath and in within this large cavern.
Is there any mostly intact structure? Something that seems like maybe somewhere where it seems obvious that her brother may have gone to?
In the distance, you do see there are some structures that appear to be less destroyed than the others, kind of peeking up above some of the rocks and stalagmites and other sort of natural topography of the cavern. So there does seem to be something in that direction.
Is the ground still worked stone?
No, most of it here is like natural cavern floor. There are some like sections of worked stone that might have once belonged to this city, but most of it is broken and ruined.
Jules, can you see any tracks? And I'm going to put on my goggles of eagle eyeballs, and I'm going to see if I can see my brother anyway.
I'm just imagining their goggles where you just like pulled string through 2 eagle eyeballs and just
Ew!
Gross.
Make a perception check.
It's like those funny glasses with like the eyeballs that pop
I
out on the
know.
springs.
Is it super dark in here? Because if it is, I'll also put on the goggles at night. We'll be goggle friends.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
I
it is dark in here.
Because I rolled a natural 1, so good thing those goggles give me advantage.
Hey.
Fitting!
And Jules, what'd you roll?
What am I rolling?
Perception.
Okay, for tracks?
Yeah.
Great. 24.
Okay. 24. You both notice there are tracks leading from this, footprints leading from this portal further into the city. A pretty good amount of them.
Wait, I do know sign language. That would be fine. Mel would be like, yeah. I was specifically looking like far away, but
okay. You
it's
don't.
Also dark, so
yeah, you don't see any movement or any people in the distance.
Okay.
Should I make some light for us?
No.
Okay. You're trying to be very sneaky?
I don't want them to see us before we see him.
Okay.
He was very quick and probably very good at hiding.
Good point. All right.
Well, let's be quiet. I mean, we don't have to be quiet. We just have to be not seen.
Yes, quiet isn't exactly something we do.
Granted, he might not necessarily be alone, so maybe quiet is good. I'm going to be very sneaky.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
We're gonna general stuff.
Okay.
Natural 20! Oh, no, my
Oh
phone.
no, I rolled a 2.
Oh, stop it.
If only it was a 1 so I could re-roll it.
Oh. What's nice?
Get the 6.
That is a 9 for Chad on stealth.
10
Okay.
for me.
Total of 25 from a natural 20 for Mel.
Oh dang, you very sneak.
I'm very, very motivated.
Okay. All right. Well, you'll sneak as best you can forward. Some of you less so than others.
I'm wearing plate now, so.
And as you are as quietly as you can, working your way through the city, Jules, I think with your passive perception, you hear the sound of conversation coming from around the corner ahead of you. You follow along some ruined walls and ruined city streets and are approaching closer to some of these buildings. And as Jules kind of motions that there might be something up ahead, you all press yourselves against the wall as quietly as you can. Who's in the front? Who's leading this?
Mel.
Okay, Mel.
The dark eyes.
You sort of peek around the corner and you can see at the outside of looks to be a very, very large building. It's sort of like it's a domed shape to it, and a couple of like statues that are erected outside of it. One of them is broken off and fallen to the side. Another one is still standing, and they're vaguely humanoid, very worn. It's hard to really make out much detail to them given their age. But you see there 3 figures. You see one man in bluish black robes with a large golden eye on the front, has his hood up. You see 2 others that are speaking to him, a drow or man. You see Paul speaking with him, as well as a small gnome standing next to him, and they are having a very hushed conversation. And
Paul is speaking?
huh?
Paul's speaking?
Not Paul speaking. The gnome is speaking, and Paul is standing quietly behind them. But the man says, "What business do you have here? You weren't supposed to report in for weeks." And the gnome says, we had a bit of an issue. There were some people asking some questions, and looks like they were the ones that killed Hargrave. They were in the city, and well, us and Urin, we thought we'd jump them and take them out when they were broken up, and well, that didn't work out so well. I think Urin's dead, and we barely made it out. So we came back here as quick as we could to report. I'm sure they're going to be on their way soon. And the man kind of thinks for a second. There's a bit of silence. You hear some water dripping in the distance, and he says, Master Krulok will not be pleased with this. I'll need to report this to him. The two of you have made a grave error. This will have to be rectified. Come, let us speak with the master. And the three of them go rushing into the building.
Sounds great.
Nell just silently freaks, not knowing what to do here.
I said we follow.
We can get your brother now. There are only two of them right here.
Who knows if they go too much farther? Who knows how many more?
Okay, let's go.
We're gonna grab him. We're gonna grab him now.
Okay.
Okay. You follow as quickly behind as you can into the building, staying quiet, still trying to stay quiet. You're trying to draw them back to you.
I mean, they're probably going to work out to be the same with two of us in heavy armor.
Let's go. Yeet.
I can grab him right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
They are moving into the building. What do you do?
Let's go.
I'm gonna run after Paul and try to snatch him.
Oh, just like tackle him?
Stop right there, criminal scum!
I'm just gonna just full on run at him and try to tackle him and grab him.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I think Chad does shout that using thaumaturgy to try and make the voice reverberant and echoey.
Yeah, in which case, I think Jules, you get about halfway to them, kind of moving ahead as fast as you can. Chad lets out a roar. I mean, you and your noise and clanking, and Chad with
It's
his
full
yelling.
plate. I mean,
They all spin around seeing that, and you hear the man, the mage, yell, "Damn it, you were followed. We must stop them before they reach the master." And they will fight you. I guess we're rolling for initiative.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and move you guys to the page.
You can pick it up. Oh, there's a little thing even.
Oh, neat.
All right, let me roll for...
Click.
All right. Are you going to be nice to me again, D20? Since you nearly burned me alive? Level 1 exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks, right? Does that mean also on initiative?
Yes.
That's exactly what I rolled.
Okay, not too different.
And go to
Oh, I didn't mean to roll. Well, that won't make a difference.
There you go.
Let's do that. And then...
Oh.
Too many things up.
Oh no, I clicked out of both of our sheets. Shoot, come back.
I did not prepare the right spells for this. For anything.
I know,
really.
right? I know, right?
Rest would have been nice, but then we probably would have lost him.
Yeah.
Mabes. Okay. Did I roll? I did not roll for Matthias. Roll a natural 1 again. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So, Hilda, you are first.
Oh boy. Okay. That little gnome. I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him.
Okay.
Don't let him cast.
You cast Hold Person on them. They will make a Wisdom save.
Yes.
That's a
like,
natural 20.
Oh no!
So they succeed on their saving.
I wish I could. Can I push? No, it's not.
Oh,
actually.
you're. Oh, it doesn't matter now. It's too late.
Okay. All right. Then as a bonus, what can I do? Let's see. Nothing. Cool. So I try to cast that on him, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, you do get your effect though. If you want to ask the magical
Oh yeah.
spell failure
Okay.
question.
All right. Spell failure. It's under. There it is.
So you can ask what are there any spells that are currently affecting them? What are the creature's current hit points? What's motivating this creature to act hostile towards me? I think you might know that. What will the creature likely do next?
I don't recommend the first one because it's a yes or no.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the creature's current hit points?
38.
Okay.
Oh, neat.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it. And
Okay.
maybe I will kind of run over here a little bit. Okay.
Okay. Mel, it's your turn.
Cool. I'm going to run 15 feet. Nope. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good. And I'm going to lightning lure my brother.
Oh, geez.
But far enough away that like he's gonna hopefully be pulled towards me and not electrocuted.
How far is he pulled?
10 feet. So I'm trying to run exactly the distance so that like because he's pulled 10 feet and he has to be within 5 feet to get shocked.
Okay.
I'm trying to yoink without zap.
Ah, yes.
Yes, you're like no zap.
My question is, what's the range on the spell?
15 feet.
Okay, you're outside of the range.
Okay.
Looks like I get you one
You
closer.
have to be within range that it's going to deal damage. You can't just pull them
Really?
towards you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Gonna laser my brother, I guess. He'll forgive me, maybe. Yoink. Hopefully.
All right. Strength save.
Yeah.
All right. Not the best at that. That's another natural 20. I've rolled 2 natural
Stop it.
20s in a row.
No.
Oh,
no.
He resists that. To be fair, if they're going to roll natural 20s, I'd rather be on these than the damage rolls.
Good point.
Or the attack rolls. But yeah, he doesn't. He does resist that. Anything?
No.
Anything you want to do?
What can I do else as a bonus action? Hold on, my sheet's really slow. No, unless I want to like spit acid at him, which I don't. I'll spit acid at the gnome.
So Theory comes along with you.
yeah, Fury will come on. And I think that's
Okay.
where the gnome is.
Make your attack.
19 to hit.
One.
19. That will hit.
Perfect. And damage is an amount, which is, I think. Can you hit his sheet, please?
Theory?
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, 8 acid damage.
8 points of damage. Okay. The acid hits them, and they are not too thrilled about that.
Good.
That'll put it to their turn. And while they're not thrilled with that and you, they really don't like Hilda
Yeah, I'm sure.
after
It's
what
gonna be
she
fun.
did to them in the last fight.
Oh no.
So she begins to cast a spell. Hilda, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
No.
Okay.
I'm very scared.
You're very scared? Alright, let's try this one. I haven't used this one yet today. Intelligence save throw. Oop. That is wait. 6. 18.
Okay. 18 is a success. So as you're looking, as you're focusing on them and casting a spell, suddenly in front of you, something